Now we're moving on to mental health. It really is an issue that has come centre stage, with more and more people talking about it. Well, the team at St Patrick's Hospital Foundation is listening. This year, they're running their second Walk in My Shoes campaign to raise money and provide access to mental health services to young adults. Adam Clayton is one of their ambassadors. So our reporter, Aisling Riordan, met the U2 bassist yesterday to hear more.
Mismatched or unusual shoes. That's certainly going to get people talking, and that's what the mental health fundraising team from St Patrick's Hospital Foundation is hoping for on the 12th of April. They're asking people to wear some funky shoes and donate just €2 to help raise awareness and much needed funds for young adults to access mental health services. U2's Adam Clayton has been an ambassador for the campaign for the past 2 years and told me why he got involved.
Well, my mother had been on the fundraising committee back in the 80s, and so I had a little bit of a connection with St Patrick's. I was then approached by a mutual friend who said, you know, this worsening crisis that we're in, this high rate of teenage suicides that's happening between the ages of 15 and 25 is something that we need to start talking about. And if we get to those people, a lot of them can recover from whatever mental illness they're suffering from, and it just seemed to me that it was a good thing to put my back into it.
Your mom, did she have an interest in mental health?
Well, she wanted to be involved in something that was useful and valuable, and that was how we first had contact with the hospital.
Now, you were a young man once. How did you manage to overcome some of the lows that you had?
Well, I definitely remember having lows, but I think music was the salvation for me and probably the other guys in the band. It was a real outlet, and you know, we went off and went on tours, we went around the world. We didn't kind of sit with it. But I think nowadays, with the economic climate the way it is, when people are under a lot of economic pressure, I think that can get in on top of people.
Why do you think young men in Ireland in particular are so affected?
I think when men feel that they're not appreciated and they can't go out and earn a living and look after their family and look after themselves, I think it's demasculating. And certainly in poor communities in America and in the black communities, it's very similar high rates of suicide. So I think that's what's happening here.
We know that a lot of people who have mental health issues may turn to drink and drugs. What advice would you give to them?
I think definitely get help. I mean, there are programs out there, and it's surprising how once you start to share with other people who have similar problems, you start to be able to change the way you're affected.
And now you're an adult. What would you say to a young Adam or a young men like you to help them?
I would say you have to keep a sense of humour. I know that's tough to do, but if you can just keep a sense of humour and think about what you can do for others, it just seems to help take the focus off whatever you're suffering from.
At this moment in time, how's life? Are you happy? How's things going with the band?
I'm very happy. I'm very, very lucky. We've had a long career, and it looks like we'll be able to release one more record, and so you know, that's something to get up for every day.
Any more details on that?
Sometime towards the end of the year. And
finally, do you have arguments with the lads in U2?
I mean, we argue much less now. I think we enjoy being around each other. We've a lot of shared experiences.
Welcome.